All right.
Caius.
Wait, not quite ready yet, but I'm really close. Daddy's pushed record. Oh, and here, I have to switch so that we can see ourselves. Okay, now you can say it.
This is movement difference. I am Caius, that's Sam.
Bye. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a lot of stuff on the floor today, so I've set up lower so that hopefully you'll be able to see me. We're actually going to start standing if I don't, yeah, good, I didn't lose my head there. Did I on the screen? Can't see the screen very well for some reason. Oh well. Okay, so it's Saturday. Congratulations on making it to Saturday. We'll do some big arm circles. Circling. There's a big paper project going on in my house this morning. Lots of paper. Jasper said he was writing a ransom note for himself. Caius has a whole stack of paper that he's taking upstairs. 3. It's cold here. I don't know if it's cold everywhere, but my grandma said it's supposed to snow. Auntie Gay says it's cold. Let's do circles. Circling your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more circle. And then circle the other way. For some reason, the computer is really dark, and I'm having a hard time seeing that.
I can fix that.
Thank you. 2, 3. Now bend your elbows, bring your hands to your shoulders, and do another set of circles. 1, 2, 3. And then circle the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Arms go up to the ceiling. Take a big breath. And then you're going to dive down to the floor. As far, you might not go very far because it's first thing. Roll back up. Inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale, dive to the floor. Rolling back up. I'm going to have you take a moment and spread your toes out as much as you can. Imagine that there's gooey mud, warm gooey mud, in between your toes, and you're going to spread them out as much as you can. And you're going to sink your heels also down into the mud. So check out all those points of contact with the floor. And then we're going to breathe again. Inhale. And then you're going to exhale, dive down. Maybe a little lower this time. Rolling back up. We'll do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, dive down. Inhale. And exhale, dive down. Rolling up is straight. Now I'm going to have you inhale and let your chest lift towards the ceiling. So towards the far corner of your wall and your ceiling. So it's not a really steep angle, it's just a little bit. So inhale, lifting up. You can even put one hand on your belly, one hand on your, you stay standing. I'm just getting closer. One hand on your belly, one hand on your sternum. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale, coming back to straight. So your belly hand is not shifting back, right? So inhale, lifting, you're making space between your 2 hands, and come back to center. One more time, lifting. And coming back to center. Good. Now we're going to go sideways. So you can keep your hands there. Inhale. As you reach sideways. Same side. So belly hand stays stable. Stretching up and out of that space. And coming back to center. It's like your roots here, you're planted. And you're that little tiny seedling coming up out of the dirt, trying not to get frozen. Which I suppose today you're not coming out of the dirt, but the ones in the house, which are coming out of the dirt. One more time that direction, reaching. and coming back. You can switch hands if you want to, it doesn't actually matter. Now, reaching up and out, just going directly side and come back up. Again, reaching up and out. Thinking about your toes in the mud. One more time. Now, you're gonna just get those toes really deep in the mud. So kind of like squish them down into the mud, squiggle them around, squeegee them around. I don't know, all those words make sense with mud for me. And then you're gonna try to pull them out and put them back down. So this is slow motion. You're trying to pull your toes up out of the mud and put them back down. And mostly this is about, I mean, it's okay to really imagine it's warm mud. That's a really useful tool. What it's about is articulating your toes. So trying to move through your feet, trying to get more motion option with our feet. Our feet, from an anatomical perspective, from a bony perspective, are very similar to our hands. But we have a tendency to use them kind of like a block, like we were wearing mittens or say shoes all the time. So this is an opportunity to really try and use more parts of your feet. And one more time, squeezing that foot up and coming down. Okay, now continuing to pay attention to your feet. You're gonna walk a little bit faster just so we can start to get our heart rate up. And today is actually Saturday, so we're going to do more relaxing, more restorative stuff. No push-ups, no burpees. We are gonna roll a little bit just to get ourselves ready for a little bit more stretching. So then let's go a little bit faster. I know some people are bummed about the lack of push-ups, the lack of burpees.
I was looking forward to
You
it.
can do them later on your own if you'd like to. I hope that this 20-minute workout gives you a physical start to your day so that you find that you're actually more physical throughout the day. This doesn't have to be your only physicality in the day. I hope that it kind of jumpstarts your day and gives you ideas for what to do throughout the day. Okay, widen your legs a little bit and then bring them back in and then widen them again and then bring them back in. 2 more times, widen them. Bending your knees, bringing them back in. 1 more time, widening them and bringing them back in. Okay, so we're gonna do, this has got 2 options, right? First one is just gonna be rolling. So you can set up on the floor and you're gonna roll. Your goal is to find a really curved back so that you don't go, right? It's not comfortable. You're tucking your tail. You're trying to set up a nice curve so you're like a rocking chair. So that's option number 1. So do that for a while. When you feel like that one feels pretty easy, you can stay there if it's not easy and do that for a while more, or you can work on coming all the way to standing and then going back down. Now, if you're just doing the rolling one, I'm gonna have you do some squats in a little while. But for now, just work on, and you may find that you get stuck. So you get to here, and then you fall back. So I'm just getting my butt up off the ground.
Is kicking with your legs allowed
When,
at the end of the roll?
yeah, you can do this if you want.
Okay,
Just give yourself extra.
to give you momentum.
That's fine.
I see some people doing that.
Yeah, that's okay. So we're trying here to get up symmetrically. There's also the option of getting up asymmetrically, right? So you can do that also, where you tuck one leg and stand up. Now, if you've been rolling, only rolling this whole time, now come to standing. If you've been doing both, keep doing both. If you're only rolling, now you're gonna do some squats. You're just practicing going as low as you can, coming back up. It's gonna be different for different people. Just practicing as low as you can. Everybody keep doing the version that you're doing for just a little bit longer to get ourselves fully warm. We'll do 2 more.
I see people making really good choices.
You guys are
Their
making
own
great
body.
choices so that you do what's right for your body. Good, and stop. Now, you're gonna come to feet shoulder width apart. They're parallel, so like you're wearing cross-country skis. We're standing on a very narrow train track. You're gonna roll down. I'm gonna turn sideways. So you're gonna roll down, and you're gonna hang out here. So there's various options. You might, oh, I don't have a chair today. You might have a chair that you rest your hands on right here. That's okay. The goal is to get into a relaxed position. So it might be that you come all the way down and this is a relaxed position, and then you hang out there. Or it might be you have your hands resting on a chair, and that is where you find your resting position. So everybody hang out in that resting position, and I'm gonna have you spread your toes out into the mud. Think about how squishy the ground is underneath your feet. Push a little bit into your big toe, and then push a little bit into your pinky toe. And then really sink your heels into the mud. And then spread your toes out even wider. Now take 2 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Now bend your knees. And you're gonna slowly roll back up. Pay attention to the mud under your feet. Don't go fast, go slow. So I'm only halfway up. So try and go as slow as you can go. Pressing into your heels, pressing into your big toes. Rolling through your spine. Stacking your hips on top of your heels. Your shoulders on top of your hips, and then your head right in between your ears, right on top of your shoulders. Okay, we've done this one before where you put your thumb in that spot, that nice spot just above the hole of your ear, and you lift up. Try that to find, and you'll feel your neck lengthen through the middle. And take a couple deep breaths here.
Mommy, I made one of those cooking tools. That's what I needed those pieces of paper for.
Then you can relax your ears and bring your legs to wide. Toes going straight forward now. So they're not turned out, they're going straight forward. You're gonna roll down from here. Actually, let's take a breath, inhale, letting your sternum go up to the sky, and then exhale, roll down. Legs are staying straight, so you can use a chair again. If you get halfway down and that's as far as you're gonna go, you can put a chair so that you have something that you're resting on. Otherwise, you can go all the way down, and you're looking for a relaxed place, a place to breathe. Now I'm gonna have you check into that mud. We're having a very muddy day. Check into the mud underneath your feet. You will probably have more weight on your big toe side of your foot. Just notice what it feels like to put more weight on your pinky toes. And then shift it back to your big toes. And then spread your toes out even more. If you haven't thought about your feet like this before, you may just use your imagination. Your toes may not move at all. In time, they will. But it's okay, use your imagination. Our imaginations are very powerful. So wiggling your feet down into that nice, warm, gushy mud. And then we're gonna start to roll up. Oh, first 2 breaths down here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale.
Daddy,
And exhale.
Liz, let me take
Now you're gonna bend your knees and start rolling up slowly. You're getting about halfway. So you're trying to get your hips on top of your heels, shoulders on top of your hips. Now you're just gonna bring your feet back in closer to each other. And we're gonna come to the floor. All right, so at the floor, you're gonna bring your soles of your feet together. And you can put your hands around your ankles. And you're looking for a relaxed position for your knees. So you might want to put, if your knees are up here and it's really uncomfortable, you can put pillows underneath your knees to let them relax down into something. That's something you can play with after class too if you want. So you're going to be in this position and you're going to take a breath first, holding onto your ankles, lifting your sternum. And then we're going to curve forward, relaxing over your feet. You're going to get a stretch through your inner thigh. You're just going to breathe here for a little while. Notice where the tension is. See if you can let your body melt. It's still going to maintain its structure, but you're trying to let the muscles relax around the bony structure. Let your breath help. One more breath here. So I'm going to have you slide your feet a little bit forward, lift your left leg, and put it behind you into this figure 4 stretch that we've been playing with. And so first off, you're going to play with this position here of your hips. So just lifting and lowering. This can be really tight. So you're just kind of working on loosening that space. And you're going to just bring your arms. We're going to go a little bit to the easy side. This is the easy side. Take a breath here. You're going to come up. And now you're going to try to tilt to the other side. You're not going to go very far. It feels really awkward. Just breathe. But it's a really good stretch along here and in here. Come to center. And we'll switch the other direction. Figure 4 stretch. First, you're just moving in that hip joint. Trying to find a little bit of loose, little bit of relaxation. Now you're going to bring your hand down and you're going to reach towards the easy side, finding a stretch here. Now maybe that both sides are hard, so I'm going towards my front leg. Oh, and I'm going to sneeze.
Cover it.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't spray you all with my sneeze. Then you're going to stretch the other way. So now this way you will not go very far. You're trying to stay really upright, so not curve forward. And you're going to get a big stretch through your side body. And you're going to feel a sticking point in your hip, and that's okay. That's part of the stretch. Breathing here. Coming back to center. And then the last thing we're gonna do this hug stretch. So you're gonna wrap your arms around your legs as close as you can get. It might mean you're out here, that's okay. Just looking for as close of a wrap as you can get. You're gonna bring your head to your knees. You're gonna squeeze as hard as you can. So you're giving yourself a hug, and you're giving a hug to everybody else, everybody in the class, everybody in your neighborhood, everybody in the state. Take an inhale, exhale, relax that hug just a little bit. So now you're gonna take another inhale. This is just an exhale. Now we're gonna squeeze again. So squeeze as hard as you can. Inhale, hold your body tight.
It's like Sky is getting a good hug out of this.
Sky's getting a hug out of this too, lucky guy. Another deep inhale. And on the exhale, let it relax. We're gonna do one last one. So squeeze as hard as you can. Inhale. And then exhale, let everything relax. And it's time for meditation.
Already?
Already, I know. I actually went a minute over.
Wow.
I'm making a habit of this going over thing. I'm gonna adjust the screens for you when you sit down.
Okay.
Just sit in your normal place and then I'll adjust.
Okay.
Mommy, I was making a bag. That was exactly
Didn't need
what
to.
I'm making.
I think it's okay.
Cooking
I'll adjust.
Looks good.
bag.
Okay.
Because it has
Okay.
cooking spaghetti.
All right, everybody, you can stay sitting.
So I made it. So I made cooking spaghetti.
We'll find some peace in the house if you let everything settle in your body. You can tell I'm talking about my own family a lot of the time. So let's close our eyes. Get in touch with your inhales and exhales. It's going to be a good day. I really appreciate everyone who makes it all the way through Saturday. Saturdays are a little bit of a smaller day, so I do extra special meditations on Saturday for all the diehard MMM folks. We appreciate you coming. So today we're going to explore the sense of boundary that we have in our body. Like, where does your body stop? You can get a sense of where, even with your eyes closed. This is best if you can do it with your eyes closed. If you can't, that's okay. You can still do it without. But get a sense of where your arms and legs and feet and head and everything finishes. You can kind of get a sense of that, the boundary between you and the rest of the world. Trace that boundary in your mind's eye. Now, ever so slightly, see if you can grow and those boundaries expand by a few inches, so you get a little bit bigger. Now grow again until maybe you're a foot taller than you normally are. You're like an expanding balloon. Easy breathing. Relax your jaw. If this isn't coming easy, don't push hard. Come back to your breath. Now, imagine that you're as tall as your room. Your head is touching the ceiling. You're so big, you fill up the entire room. What does that do to your breathing? Enjoy it. Relax in your chair or on the floor. Feel your weight, even as you are very large. Now you start to even break the boundaries of your own home so that you become as tall as your house. If you live in an apartment building, you become 2 or 3 floors of your apartment building. Now grow larger still until you're as tall as a skyscraper. And as you get bigger, you get calmer, more silent, more settled. Now, your head is way up high into the sky. The skyscrapers now are but miniatures, houses like ants, still more settled. Still more expansive. Now we're running out of time, so today we're just going to peek our heads out of the atmosphere and look around and see what's happening in space. So relaxed, so quiet. At home. And we're going to do a series of exhales, and with each exhale, we're going to blow ourselves all the air out of our very large bodies and go back to a normal size. So we'll inhale together. Inhale. Exhale, coming back down to earth, getting smaller. Inhale, going past down through the clouds, back down to the size of a great big building. Inhale. Exhale, and now back down to the size of a house. Inhale. Exhale, down to the size of your room. Inhale. Exhale, down to the size of just a foot taller than you normally are. Last one. Inhale and exhale into your own skin. Your eyes open just slightly. Last inhale and exhale. Inhale and your eyes open softly as we finish today's meditation. So thank you for that. We'll give ourselves a minute to transition and make a difference. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, hello. Okay, all right. So to make a difference. What's happening? All right.
All right, today's Make a Difference is forgive yourself your mood changes.
Yes, everybody's having mood swings. It's how it is to be a human being, especially now. So forgive yourself. It's okay.
Banana.
Banana.
And so then
Cheese it.
we will not see you tomorrow, but we will see you Monday, hopefully.
And have a
Mother's
lovely
Day
Mother's
tomorrow.
Day. Yes.
Yes, have
Yeah.
a lovely Mother's Day. And we will hang out
Have a
and
lovely
chat
Mother's Day.
if anybody
Daddy.
wants.
I'm making you a move, meditate, and make a difference baggie.
Move, meditate, make a difference, Baggy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, kiddo. That's
I've made
that's
Zach's
exciting.
ball wall.
I want to know what's in the Move, Meditate, and Make a Difference baggie.